Dhar Mann is in real hot water right now. My guy actually became part of his own stories. He's about to instantly regret not paying his employees. So basically what's going on is that all the major Dhar Mann actors, the actors that feature in all of his popular videos, they're coming together outside the Dhar Mann building and they're actually protesting, saying, pay me more, or at least have a conversation with me so we can negotiate rates. Basically, what I gathered from this situation is Dhar Mann is one of those ultra-rich millionaire type of people who just pays his employees pennies, even though he's making like $50 to $100 million from all of his content, right? So after taking this low pay for a long time, naturally, the employees got pretty fed up, and they wanted to talk to him, right? So they tried to schedule a meeting with Dhar Mann. Little did they know, Dhar Mann is more harder to reach than the president, apparently. So they scheduled a bunch of meetings with him. They kept, apparently the Dhar Mann's team or whatever, his managers or whatever, they postponed the meeting a bunch of times so that the employees could never talk to Dhar Mann. And when the meeting day actually came, he just didn't show up to the meeting. He sent like this representative guy who's obviously just gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't know, I gotta ask Dhar Mann. And it's always like this super long process that they'll delay so that you just get bored and never show up. It's like customer support on any big website, right? It's like impossible to get your problems fixed. So real quick, let's just take a look at what one of the actors are saying.
Essentially, as an actor at Dhar Mann Studios, I am just a contract player. I have no employment there. I am just sort of called every now and then, as are all the other actors. And it just is not sustainable. And there are a lot of issues at hand here, but one of the main issues is that not a single actor that works at Dhar Mann Studios can afford rent.
Okay, now I gotta say, that's an absolutely outrageous statement. For someone who's been working with Dhar Mann for 4 years and still not being able to afford rent, so obviously they don't really go into any specifics here because, I don't know, maybe they're not allowed to, but it would really help if they could tell, like, the hourly rates they're paying or how many hours you're working and how much you're getting paid for that, because he's a contract player, meaning that he's not actually employed there. So whenever Dhar Mann needs him for a video, he'll just be like, come in, we'll pay you for this specific slot, right? So it's not like a fixed salary or something like that, which is why I assume they can't pay rent. But clearly the rates must be really low if but obviously you need some more context. Like, is he showing up once a month and then expecting complete rent, or is he showing up a lot and still not getting paid? I'm gonna assume it's the latter because I've seen this guy in just about every Dhar Mann video I've watched. Okay, these guys are like recurring characters, and even take one Dhar Mann video and it's probably making like 500K, okay? Just from the ad revenue on YouTube, maybe just repurposing that content, because if you didn't know, he actually takes the same videos and re-uploads them everywhere, every platform which is monetizable. Facebook, I don't know, probably Snapchat, any place, TikTok, okay? So he's making absolute bank. So to not pay the people that are actually just making you that money is completely ridiculous.
This is a show that has millions of views across multiple social media platforms. Videos are shot, edited, posted, repackaged as new videos, reposted in other places over and over and over and over and over again, racking in millions of views, ad revenue, all this sort of stuff. The studio has continued to expand for some time, my entire tenure there. When I first started, we shot everything, as I've told you guys on lives and things like that. We shot everything in an apartment building downtown, in an apartment, not even the building. Occasionally we would go to the garage of that building, but it was really just all in one apartment. And now there are 3 sound stages in Burbank. But things haven't really gotten better for us. And again, I don't want to go into specifics because it's a kind of a big thing and it's really just between us. But I think that people should be aware of why we are protesting, why we are out there right now. We've been talking to a lot of actors. It's the same. Everybody feels the same across the board. The trouble is, there's a culture at the studio of if you talk, you're out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Apparently there's a no talking zone at the Dhar Mann studios. It's a hall monitor situation. Hey, you better shut up if you talk about. Wait, hey, is this guy discussing salaries? Shoot him in the head. What is going on here? No discussing payments, okay? I'm paying this guy 1 cent. I somehow got away with it. You better not be conversing with this other guy, okay? I don't want to pay you all the same amount of money. That would be ridiculous. I only make $50 million, okay? Oh my god. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves because how many times on the internet have we heard only one side of the story and completely lost our minds? Pretty much every single time. So I will wait for Dhar Mann to say his response and then judge him based on that. But just from this side that we're seeing, it seems like he's not the only one upset with the situation. It's all of his actors. I don't know, it's a little hard to understand the situation without specifics, like, why have you been working with him for 4 years if you haven't been able to afford rent? Or maybe you started off at a certain rate and this is when Dhar Mann wasn't that popular, and then as he started to grow, you expect to be paid more, something like that. Obviously, always wait for both sides of the story before you make an opinion, but this ain't looking good, okay? If all your employees at once are coming out at the same time, and we'll take a look at the protest video as well.
So we decided to come together as a group and talk collectively with our boss, Dhar Mann. We sent a letter to him, a hard copy and an email. The email was CC'd to the head of production as well, so that we made sure that Dhar got it, but it was addressed to Dhar. It was delivered to Dhar. That letter was forwarded to the HR department, which we are not employees of Dhar Mann Studios. We are contract players. So exactly what we have to do with HR, we're not entirely sure, but it was forwarded over there. We were contacted, said we could have a meeting to discuss our issues. That meeting was pushed several times, changed on us. When we finally got to the meeting, we had reiterated that we wanted it to be with Dhar. Dhar was not there. And we said, well, we are not going to have the meeting until Dhar is here. You guys can be here, the head of production, the head of HR. That's great. We'd love for you to be there too, so everybody's on the same page. But our meeting is with our boss, the person who signs our contracts, Dhar Mann. Thank you very much. Please get back to us with a time for the next meeting by next Tuesday. Just a time for the meeting, not necessarily the next meeting, but by Tuesday. We said this in person. We reiterated it a few minutes later via an email. We checked back in following a couple days, reiterating again, we would like to speak specifically with Dhar. This is what the meeting is about. This is our boss. This is who we want to talk to. End of the week comes and goes. We learned Saturday there will not be a meeting. Meanwhile, a lot of other stuff has happened at the studio. Some not great stuff. Whether it's connected or not, we don't know because no one's talking to us. So that's why we're here right now, because all we wanted to do was sit down and have a conversation with our boss. That didn't happen. We were told explicitly that there will not be any meetings and that any issues that we have can be written down and forwarded to HR. And that's just not acceptable.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Apparently it seems like Dhar Mann is an alien from Area 51. He's just impossible to reach, okay? You gotta breach some high-level security to even get a glimpse of this guy. This guy's like an elusive rainbow, bro. Listen, just from what I'm hearing here, a boss that is hard to reach and is avoiding you for, I'm pretty sure he's well aware of your issue, that you're not getting paid enough, but he refuses to strike up a conversation, have any sort of meeting about it. It's like, it's not even like you went to the meeting and you're like, oh, I want to get paid this much, and Dhar Mann's like, oh, you're not worth that much or something. At least a dialogue, at least give a reason why they're not able to afford rent, or a reason for the rate you're paying, right? The fact that there's no dialogue even being opened here is definitely a huge red flag here. And you might argue that, oh, Dhar Mann can't talk to each one of his employees. He probably has like 50 or 100 employees. But the thing is, these guys are the people that are the main drivers of his revenue, okay? You have to talk to your cash cows, right? Like, well, these guys are going to stop appearing in videos. And it's like, I know Dhar Mann is like this super rich, ultra millionaire guy that is, I don't know, is supposed to be hard to reach or whatever. But let's not pretend this dude is like Elon Musk or something that no commoner can even go up to him and talk to him. This is like your star employees, bro. They're bringing in most of your revenue. Without them, you are nothing. Okay? So maybe at least have a dialogue. But I don't know. I mean, you can even reject whatever they say. Just at least have a goddamn dialogue and explain it to them so they can leave in peace, right? Right now, I assume the reason they're frustrated is because they're having like some hope in their heart. They're like, okay, maybe if I talk to Dhar Mann, he can change our salaries and, then everything will be nice and dandy. But you're not even having a conversation, which is why they're so pissed.
Work that I personally have done at Dhar Mann, I'm incredibly proud of. I've built an incredible community over there of my coworkers and fans. There's no denying that Dhar Mann is in my obituary, whether I go tomorrow or in 50 years or whatever. It's done. I've loved my time at Dhar Mann, and so much of that has to do with people like you who are watching this little video right now. So thank you to you. Thank you for being a supporting fan. Thank you for just watching. Thank you for just being a part of the community that we've built. The goal is to keep going to work, to have a conversation with Dhar, and to keep working at Dhar Mann Studios with the people that I love, doing the work that I love.
Okay, listen, man, honestly, this guy just seems like a stand-up guy. He seems like he was really proud of the work he did at Dhar Mann, and he wants to continue working there. So I really feel like they should get a chance for this. And we've always made a distinction here between Dhar Mann and the actors, okay? Obviously, the videos are really stupid. I've made a million videos about Dhar Mann saying, oh my god, this plot is so cringy, it's stupid. But we don't have to make fun of the individual actors, okay? Because they're just paid to do what they do, right? They're just doing their acting thing. The script is written by some absolute bozo. We can make fun of the script guy. Anyways, real quick, let's just take a look at the live protests and some of the actors in action.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, what are you protesting?
I protested the man never talks to anyone, he silently fires people, and he doesn't pay anyone what they're worth.
For over like 4.5 years. I mean, that's more than a college education. So to be treated like I'm not even worth being listened to at all, that was just, there are so many like other issues.
I mean, honestly, how ridiculous is it that just to talk to your boss, you have to go outside his building, his production studio, and start whistling, making all these signs, getting a viral TikTok, just because you've been unable to reach him? That's just ridiculous, man. I don't know. We'll have to see how Dhar Mann responds. Click this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.